Yep, there it is. Michael Jordan on the breakaway. Wow.
Michael Jordan, the 6-time NBA champ, the 5-time MVP of the NBA, the 6-time Finals MVP, former Defensive Player of the Year, former points champ, Hall of Famer, leader of one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history, and on the accolades go. This is who he was, and as many would find out, he was even better than they realized at the time. Because Michael Jordan didn't just go and get things done physically, he got things done mentally. And when he wanted revenge against someone, he would go and get it, no matter what. Allow us to show you 7 times Michael Jordan sought revenge. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 7, the second-year playoffs. For a great example of this kind of revenge, we head not to the prime of Michael Jordan's career, but the very beginning. In 1 year, Michael Jordan established that he was the future in every way. He made the Chicago Bulls better instantly, and when year 2 came, he was ready to fight for more glory and possibly a title. But for the only real time in his Bulls career, he got injured and was sidelined for basically the whole season. He worked hard to get back onto the court, but the Bulls management would only allow him to go in for 7 minutes each half for the remaining games in the season. Jordan was furious, especially when it became clear to him at least that management wanted the Bulls to lose so they could get a lottery pick. But that went against Jordan's desire to win always and to get to the playoffs every year as a Bull, which he did for the record. By luck, they got in, and his revenge was satiated big time when he was unchained in playoff series against the Boston Celtics, who would win the series and the NBA Finals that year. He went off, scoring 40-plus points, 50-plus points, and doing just about everything possible to let out all the frustration he had built within him. Even Larry Bird admitted that you can't hold the great ones down, as well as saying that wasn't Michael Jordan, that was God disguised as Michael Jordan. And remember, that was just his second year. He proved that you don't put chains on a man like him. Number 6, 45 ain't 23. Now let's jump from the beginning of Michael Jordan's career to a key point near the end. After winning the gold medal and getting the first ever three-peat in NBA history, Michael Jordan decided that he didn't need basketball anymore, especially with his father's life being taken how it was, and the media's focus on it and him being connected to it in a way that was fake news before the term was invented. Anyway, he went and did baseball for 18 months, and while it was good for him emotionally and mentally, the lure of basketball would bring him back. He came during the 94-95 seasons, and he helped the Bulls get back to the playoffs where they faced the upstart Orlando Magic, backed by Shaq and Penny Hardaway, as well as key former Bull in Horace Grant. The Magic came to play, and they did indeed beat the Bulls, but they made a key mistake. You see, when Michael Jordan came back, he wore the number 45 to go honor his father. But when he struggled early on against the Magic, a player went, "Guess 45 ain't no 23. Yeah, Michael didn't like that at all. He came to the next game with 23 on, and the difference was clear, but the Magic won the series. So Michael Jordan went to his trainer and said he needed to get back in basketball shape for the next season. His trainer said he would be there whenever MJ was ready. Jordan said, "See you tomorrow." Fast forward to the 96 playoffs, and the Bulls not only faced the Magic again, they swept them. That's why you don't insult Michael Jordan. Number 5, Jerry Krause. This is a revenge tale that came to light heavily because of the Netflix documentary The Last Dance. You see, Jerry Krause was the general manager of the Bulls throughout the Jordan era, and he was instrumental in making the teams what it was in terms of trades, draft picks, and more. Even Michael Jordan admits that, as do others on those Bulls teams. So why would Michael need to get revenge on Krause? Because Krause was very much narcissist at times and believed that it was he and not MJ who brought glory and the titles to the Bulls. He said multiple times that organizations win championships, and that always rubbed Michael the wrong way. What's more, Krause believed that he could insert whatever piece he wanted into the Bulls and they would be successful, even if that meant getting rid of coach Phil Jackson and key player Scottie Pippen. As the two butted heads, Jordan got louder and louder about his feelings on Krause, even making it clear that without Phil Jackson, he would leave the Bulls. Krause didn't care. Jackson was out, and after the 6th title, Michael Jordan left, and the Bulls haven't been to the finals since. and just about everyone agrees that they could have won a 7th if Krause didn't do what he did. Number 4, the Detroit Pistons. Despite his drive to win, and despite his need to basically hate everyone to give him that edge, Michael Jordan doesn't hate that many people. Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, and everyone else that stood in his way were rivals, but they were also friends. Except for Isaiah Thomas and the Detroit Pistons. When the Bulls were on the rise and the Lakers and Celtics were on the decline, it seemed destiny was in favor of the Bulls becoming the next major team. And at this point, the Bulls had Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and others that would help win that first three-peat. However, the Detroit Pistons, known as the Bad Boys, were in their way, and they threw a 3-year monkey wrench into the plans of the NBA when they beat the Bulls and brutalized Michael Jordan in order to ensure that they went on to the NBA Finals and win back-to-back titles. That ate at Jordan because he hated the Pistons, and so he bulked up and made sure that his entire team was ready for round 3. And when they did, they swept those Pistons. And to this day, many claim that it was Jordan who kept Isaiah Thomas off of the Dream Team at the Olympics. Number 3, Tony Kukoc. You might be curious about this one because Tony was a player on the Bulls since 1993 and helped Michael and co-win their second three-peat. So how is revenge even an option here? In the 1990 NBA draft, general manager Jerry Krause believed that it was Kukoc, not Jordan, Pippen, or anyone else was the future of the Bulls. Yeah, that's bold to say the least. Tony and Michael met in 1992 Olympics, Jordan on Team USA and Tony on Croatia. When they met their first time, Jordan told the Dream Team that he and Scottie would handle Kukoc, no one else. They brutalized him, all because they wanted to show up Jerry Krause and say, "This is your guy? He's better than us?" Even the other Dream Team members got in on the act to help protect their own. Admittedly, Kukoc did better in their second meeting, and he had a great relationship with Michael when he did play with the Bulls. But MJ made sure Krause knew that this kid might be good, but the future? Not so much. Number 2, the Finals. Michael Jordan in the NBA Finals was special. He never shied away from the big shot. He never took an easy way out, and that's part of his legend in many ways. But the reason this entry is on the list is because at times, he would use some small bits of revenge to get to the next level. For example, in the 2 finals, he faced Charles Barkley and Karl Malone after they had won the MVP. Michael felt he was the MVP of the league both times, so he basically said to him, "Okay, you can have that, I'm gonna have this." So he went off in every single finals he was in. Even when he was down, he never stopped pushing until he got what he wanted. 6 rings, 6 finals, 6 NBA Finals MVP trophies. That's why he's the greatest of all time. Number 1, the rest of the NBA. Michael Jordan was so bent on beating people to a pulp in games that he would use any slight against him to do well. The media criticizing him because he went to gambling before a big game? He went off. Reggie Miller saying, "This is Michael Jordan?" He went off. A former teammate getting a big win in a playoff game and bragging about it? He went off. And in a now infamous game, he made up a reason to hate a player who did better than him just so he could go and have a big game. That's just who Michael Jordan was. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Michael Jordan and the times that he went and got payback for those who had slighted him in the past? Can you believe the lengths he went to in order to prove just how good he was and that he deserved to be things like MVP when others denied him that right? What's your favorite Michael Jordan revenge moment? Do you know one that wasn't on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.